Okay, so yesterday I've given you the assignment like this one. I've shared this page to everybody, this user registration page, and I asked you that if you can complete the flow of registration on this page. Okay, so if you were able to do that is good. If you're not, we are going to cover it today. Okay, so let me start the automation for that. So just copy this one, and you can help me on that. Okay, user registration page is already there, so I'm going to write automation. So every time I told you I'm going to prefer the what I'm going to prefer XPath only. Is it okay? So I'm going to write you can say this first name, and then I will enter some data here. So let me click this one. Okay, and now let me remove these comments because we have already discussed that in the whole automation we are going to use this flow. So let me
Pradeep
remove
sir,
this. Yep.
yeah, Pradeep sir, I want to know thread.sleep is not a night to use kind of. So
Yeah. So in the
is
few
it
so in the future, that's why Selenium provided the weights. So this is the starting of the Selenium. After some time, you will see that instead of using the thread.sleep, that is called hard coded weight, we are going to use implicit weight or explicit weight. Okay.
okay?
Okay. For the timing, because as I told you that for you, it is very easy to learn the topics, but for me, it is a challenge that which topic should come, which topic should come next. So I've already designed in such a way that everything will come on time. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So okay, so now let me start. So everybody is going to help me on that. I have already opened the browser in my code. Then I enter the URL here. Now I'm just finding the first name field. So yesterday we have already seen that how we can create a first name field here. So let me quickly write it. If anybody want to contribute on that, how we can write it. So every time we are going to use the XPath so that we don't need to worry that sometime we have to use the ID by name by. Okay, we know that we have 8 locators, but we are going to use the XPath for that. So input, and here we can use the @ID equal to F, right? So now we are going to use this XPath and we are going to put it here. So I hope it will work. Now I will go to the, you can say another field. In my case, you can say that another field is middle name. So I'm just putting a variable middle middle name, and I will put middle name, and here will middle name, and enter Ram Gopal, and in the same way I'm going to put the third field. So first name.
Pradeep sir, one more question here is, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, yeah.
So actually there were three options, like somewhere it is ID, somewhere it's value and name. So I have picked it randomly. So we can use any one of them,
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah, only the target is that whatever you are going to use, the target is that whenever you are going to test your XPath on this field, it should be one of one, it should be unique, so that whatever element you are targeting, that should that should be only identified by your code, right?
Yeah, but actually I have not used the XPath. I have written that get dot something ID like that. Buy dot ID.
By dot I, that's why I'm saying that you can use it, but my concern is that whenever suppose take the example, in some cases you will see that if I'm going to use only the single you can say single attribute like by id, so and you are getting a duplicate, so in that case you will be in the trouble, right? So if you want you can use it, but don't try to make it a habit. Okay. Okay, because in XPath, what happened that in the future, if you want to change, you have to just change the only the XPath. You don't need to change the name of the function. Otherwise, whenever you are changing from by.id to by.xpath, you will change the function name as well as the path. But in case of XPath,
Yeah.
what you have to do, every time if there is any problem, you have to just come and change the XPath. I don't think so. It will, you can say, it will be a big modification. Okay, and indirectly everything is same. In if you see that indirectly, what I'm using in my XPath, I'm using the ID, right? So if I'm using
Yeah.
by.id
Yes, sir.
or my XPath is using the ID, actually both are same, but in the XPath we have a flexibility. Okay. So now we will go the first name. Now we will go for the m name, and here you can say ID is m name. So let me copy it and let me go it. So let me do it. This is m name, and now in the same way, because I'm familiar about my application, definitely you will see that ID is l name. If you want to use the any other attribute, you can use it. Like you can say that Other attribute I've shown you yesterday, but because you can say I've already this LM, so now we will go for the age. So now again, the what is the benefit that every time I'm using the XPath, we know that we am using the XPath, so I simply copy this code, right? Yes or no? Because my code is same. Only I have to change the variable name. Yes or no? Is it okay? Now here by dot find element is there, and now age field, and I enter some data here. For example, I'm writing 24, and here I have to change the only the XPath of the age field. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, here you can see we get the age here. So here age here, so that's why my code is very little bit, you can say, fast here, because I'm don't worry about that I need to use by.id. My code is similar every time you are going to write this code, that is similar, only XPath is going to be changed for every element. Okay, now after the age, what is the else element? Okay, let's forget about the marital status, I will tell you about that. In the gender, already it is selected the male, let me select the female. So I will do one thing, again I will copy the code here, and let me put here, I will say that gender field, gender, gender field, and gender field, and in the gender field, you know that this time the action will be click on that, right? So gender field dot click, I'm going to use it here. Now in the gender field, which gender you are going to select, that you have to write a XPath for that. So let me go here and let me click on this female. Okay, female. In female, you can see that here you can see that we have radio attribute, type equal to radio, name equal to gender, and value equal to female. So I think we should go with the female, right? Value attribute. So what will be the XPath? Name input at the rate, which attribute we should use? Guys, please speak up.
Value.
Yeah, so we will go with the value. And I told you,
Value.
suppose take the example. If you are stuck somewhere like, okay, you can say whenever you have to choose from the gender male and female, and using the single attribute, you are not getting the unique value, you can use the combination. I told you yesterday, and right? So whenever you face any problem, you can go with that also. So let me go here and I will change the XPath of gender field to, you can say, my this one. So it will click on female. Now else what I have to do, I have to select few subjects. So subject, you can say the quality of the checkbox is that we can select multiple checkboxes. So let me take the example, I want to select two boxes here. So I will copy and just make two fields here. This is I'm going to do for, you can say, Selenium. So let me say that Selenium, Selenium, Selenium. And second, I'm going to do for, take the example for JMeter, JMeter. So Selenium field, I'm going to, in the checkbox also, you need to click on that. Okay. And the JMeter, you also need to click on, you know that what action you perform on the checkbox, click, right? So now we have to write a XPath for Selenium. So simply go here, and here you can say that name is Selenium. So we can go with the Selenium name also. So value, instead of value, we can use the name here. And let me put the value like Selenium. Here you can see that it is very case sensitive. So if you are going to write the correct case, then only will identify. Let me go here and let me write the XPath for the Selenium here. And now same way I can go with the, you can say, JMeter. So simply click on JMeter. Okay, so I think if I change the name equal to JMeter, it will work for me. Yeah, that is where. So let me copy it here. Now let me go here and simply change the value of JMeter. Okay, we have done this. Now we will do one thing. We have to click on register button. So let me do one thing. Let me again copy this code. And now I'm going to write a code. I will say that REDBTN. Your variable name always should be meaningful. You can make it very short, but short doesn't mean that it should be meaningless. Like REGBTN, that is meaningful, that you are talking about the register button. Okay, so now we are going to create XPath for that. Simply click on register button. Yeah, we have ID, we have value, we have so many things you can use it. I can use the register here. Okay, now let me do this thing. Copy and go to here. So now let me run this code and you will see you are able to run it. Let me run it and see that this flow is working or not. And if you have any question on that, you can ask me. First of all, let me see that we have done the right thing or not. Yeah, that it's working fine. Yeah, anybody have any question? Great. So now here you will see that
Uh,
my Ram Gopal Verma. Yeah.
so see here, like type of button is uh, not a issue for us here. Only we have to click. So in that case, so we or take common kind of. Is it, sir?
Actually, you can say that always your motto is to find the element. Don't think about that it is a radio button, it is a checkbox, because if you are able to find the XPath, you can work on that, right? So sometime only the thing is that, suppose take the example, if this component is made and they have used the button tag input or instead of input, so only your XPath will be changed. Are you getting my point? So actually this is not a consideration whether you are clicking on a input button, radio button, checkbox. For you, every element which is appearing on your screen, that is a web element. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So if you are able to find the XPath for that, it will easily identify. You have seen that I have not used any specific strategy to find the radio button. I don't use any specific strategy to find the checkbox or this button. My simple approach was find element, just make a XPath for that and work on that. In few cases, Selenium has given a specific, you can say, approach to handle the things like like this drop down. So I will tell you about that also. Okay. So that's why I've not taken the example of radio, this drop down. I've covered everything in my, you can say, flow, but I have not worked on drop down. So I will come to that point. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay, now this code is running fine. So here, first of all, we will do one thing. Let me play with the radio button also. So here I will show you that, as you asked me this question, that Pradeep, whenever we are going to handle with button or any other component, so we have to take care about that, whether it is a button or something. No, if you are able to make a XPath, you can able to find it on your code and then you can work on that. For example, in your drop down, you will see that it is a drop down, and if you want to select something from the drop down, for example, I first of all click on this one right now, and then I click on married. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So
Yes.
now here you can see that for handling the drop down, Selenium has given a specific thing. What is the specific thing? I will tell you. Selenium says that whenever you have a drop down, just first of all inspect it, right click and inspect it. So I'm going to inspect it, this one. So you will see that whenever you are using any drop down, actually drop down are created on your page. 99% they are created using a specific tag that is called select. Whenever your drop down is created using the select option, what you have to do, go to your code and let me do this thing. You can do it anywhere, but let me go to the flow. After age, I will try to select the value. So first of all, what you have to do, simply create a XPath for the drop down. So I will say that here, I will say that uh, drop down. Okay, and now in the drop down, just go and find the XPath. So you have to write the XPath for the main drop down. So what will the XPath? Select is the tag name, and you can use name or ID. So let me do one thing. The tag name is select, SELECT, and here we can use the ID, and the value of ID is MARITAL. Okay, so this is the, so what we have created in case of drop down, we have created the XPath for the whole drop down. Is it okay?
Yes.
Now,
Sir, can you explain again? Sorry, I missed
yeah.
it.
So whenever you are going to handle a drop down, so first of all, you have to check whether the element, the HTML code for the drop down should be written with the select tag. And here we have verified my drop down is created with the help of select. Okay. So what you have to do, first of all, write the XPath for this drop down. So drop down is created select. So I've created the XPath for drop down. When this thing is done, go to your code, and now here you have to create a object of a class that is called select. Actually, select is a class which is given by the Selenium so that you can handle the drop down. So you have to create the select, SELECT, select object. How you can create it? For creating the object of a select class, you create the, or you call the parameterized constructor. Here you have to pass the select and you have to pass the web element. In web element, you have to pass the web element of the drop down. Whatever drop down element you have created, you have to pass in the select class. Now this select will work to perform operations on your drop down. So select contains multiple functions. Select dot. Now, with the help of the select dot, you can see that we have a function select. Three functions we have: select by index, select by value, select by visible text. So here the most you can say suggested function is select by visible text. Then you can go with select by value, and the last is select by index. That is not recommended. So I will show you what is the use of select by visible text. Whenever you want to select any value from the drop down, just pass the text which is visible in front of you. So what text is visible in front of you? If you want to select the married, what is the text? Married. So you have to pass the married here. So let me go and simply enter married. So when this code will run, it will automatically select the married. Is it okay? Now run it. You are able to see married is there. Now if we want to, select some other thing, like we want to select, suppose we want to select divorced. Okay, so in case of divorce, what we can do, we have to pass the value. What value we have to pass? Tell me. What value we have to pass? Divorced.
Divorce.
So,
Divorce.
the use of this function is that first of all, you have to create the locator of the whole drop down, and then that locator or web element you have to pass in the select class. What object you will get for that select, this contains functions to operate on your drop down. So I have passed the divorce. So what it will do, it will use this text to find on your drop down and will select it, this one. So this time it will select the divorce.
What's that second line? Select.
This is the, you can say, this select is a class. You are creating an object of a class which
Okay.
contains multiple functions to handle drop down. Like you can say, you have created a select class of the select equal to new select, yes or no? And now
Yes.
select contains function. So we have a function select by visible text. Now you can see that you have other options to select the value. Like instead of using select by visible text, the other function which can be used to select the value, that is called select by value. So how you can use the value, let me tell you. If you go and find your drop down, so let me go to a drop down. If you go your drop down, you are able to see that these are few value, you can say values which is appearing in your drop down. But if you go to the right side, are you able to see the option, this one option here, married? Then you are able to see option 4, unmarried. Are you able to see this one?
Yes.
Every tag contains a text as well as they contains a value, 2, 3. So if your options in your drop down, if every option contains a value attribute, you can use that value also to select the value. For example, I want to select the widow. So what is the value for widow? Value equal to 3. So if I'm going to use this one, select by value, and I will pass as 3, it will be widow. So let me run it. So you can use the select by visible text, or you can use select by value. It's working. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So,
Yes.
Pradeep sir, it would be wrong if we will go like first name, because I tried with that simply and it was taking the value.
The first name I didn't get you. First select. You are talking about the first selected value.
No, no, for this drop down, I have written the code just like as a first name. How we have just passed the name at the rate ID something, and in the this marital status dot senti, I have mentioned that widow. So when I run it, it was working like in the
Yeah,
same manner.
actually, sometimes what I got your point. Sometimes what happened that if your drop down allows to enter some data, in that case also it works. Okay. Actually, what is happening here? If I'm clicking on widow, you can see that. If I'm clicking on widow, you are able to see I've pressed the W key and it already selected the value widow. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Divorce. So actually, just see the impact. Whenever you try to enter some widow, actually by default it selects the value. Getting my point? You are able to see that you are entering some data, but actually you are not entering. You are trying to enter and it already selected. Getting my point? But the impact is same. But the proper way to do it, as I am telling you. Is it okay? Okay, so this is the drop down. Now we have seen that it has completed the flow. We have learned that how we can enter the, you can say, data in key, this text field, how we can enter the data in drop down, how we can handle the radio button, how we can handle the checkbox. There is nothing you can say different, only the different way which is used, that is used for drop down. We can click on register button. Now you will see very interesting thing. When you click on register button, okay, you have filled every data here. Let me fill every data here. And if you are clicking on register button, you are able to see a pop-up. Now to complete the flow, you have to click on OK button. When I click on OK button, you will see that it will add a record on my this list. Currently it is showing 101, 2, 3, 4. When I click on OK, it will add a 105. Now question is that if we want to click on OK button, what is the basic approach? You will simply right click on that. You will simply right click on that, but this time you will able to see that when I click on right click on OK button, you are not getting any inspect option. So why you are not getting? The answer is that whenever you are able to see any pop-up in your application and which you are not able to inspect, this type of pop-up are called Windows pop-up, or we call it alert. Are you getting my point? Whenever you are able to see some pop-ups on your application which are appearing and you are not able to inspect, you are not able to inspect on that, these type of pop-ups are known as Windows pop-up, or we can say alert box. So we cannot handle alert box in the normal way by the Selenium. To handling the alert box, Selenium has given a specific thing. And what is that? Let me show you. After the register button, whenever a pop-up appears, you have to take your control to the pop-up. You cannot find it. So how that is possible? Your driver contains a function that is called switch to. Driver contains a function switch to, and then you have to call dot, and you will get a function that is called alert. Whenever you are going to call this function driver dot switch to dot alert, automatically your control will be on your alert box. It will take your driver control to the alert box. So here my advice is that what is the return type of alert? Anybody can tell me what is the return type of alert? It is an object of alert class. You want to see it? Just see here. Whenever I'm writing code, please focus on a screen. What is the return type of alert function? Object of
Alert.
class. So you have to focus this thing, then only you can see that. Now we can do one thing. We got the control of this alert box. Now simply we can store in a variable, and the type of variable will be alert. Okay, so alert, alert type. Now what is the benefit is that now you can perform any operation on alert box. So now with the help of this alert, you can click on OK button. If you want to click on OK button, that is simulate by the accept. Whenever you are calling the accept button, means you are clicking on the OK button. Whenever sometime you will see that your pop-up is showing the OK button and the cancel button also. So whenever you want to click on cancel button, what function you have to call? Dismiss. Getting my point?
Yes, yes.
So now alert box
Yes,
cannot
yes.
be handled directly by the Selenium using the find element concept, because you cannot find it by any HTML code. So in that case, you have to write the code driver.switch to alert. You will get the reference here, and now you can simply call the accept method to click on OK button. Okay, now let me run it and see that your flow will be completed. It's working.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the, you can say, alert box. So whenever you are getting alert box, now sometime you have to see that whenever you are going to make a validation part, there is a very important validation. Now tell me one thing, how you, yeah, yeah, anybody asking something? Okay, so tell me one thing, whenever you are clicking on a register button, how you can make sure that this is the desired pop-up? Maybe instead of getting the user registered successfully, you are getting the failed message. Yes or no? Is it possible or not?
Yes.
So in that case, how
Yes.
you can be make sure that, okay, pop-up is coming, you are clicking on OK button, but how you can make sure that, okay, this is the desired pop-up? Because manually you can verify, I'm able to see that the user registered successfully. But how you can make sure that, okay, this is user registered successfully by the automation? You have to verify your pop-up should contain this message, then only it is a valid. Maybe it can contain user failed successfully. Yes or no? Yes or
Yes.
no? So in that case, how you can validate it?
Yes.
This alert box also give you a option that you can get the text which is appearing on your alert box. Alert dot get
Hello.
text. So using this get text function, you can get the text which is appearing on your alert box. So I can do one thing. What is the return type of get text? That is string. So let me show you. You can store in a string variable, and then if you want to verify, you can verify using your Java code. This is equal something like that. Okay, so I will do one thing. I will show this thing by printing on your console. At the time of testing, you can use it for your validation purpose. So I'm printing this message, and you will see that this message will be user restored successfully. And now you can put a condition. If the message is equal to the user registration successfully, you can click on that. Otherwise, you can make the test case fail. Now let me close it. Are you able to see this one? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
And I can give the
Yes.
example of simple validation also. Now tell me one thing. My expectation is that my alert message should show user registered successfully. Then it is a valid case. Otherwise, it is a invalid case. Just see what I'm going to do. I have take my control to the alert box, then I get the text. I will simply do one thing. I will make a check here. I'm just taking the example. We will talk about the validation in the framework, but here let me give the example. I will simply check alert message dot. I am going to use the string class function. If my alert message contains, I can contains check, not the whole message, at least this one, user rested successfully. Yes or no?
Yes.
So I will simply check if
Yes.
my alert message contains user registered successfully. I can say my test case is passed. So I will do simply one thing here. I am just putting a message pass. At the same time, I will, in the if condition, I will click on that. Yes or no? Else what we will do? Simply put a message. Fail. Yes or
Ye-
no?
Yes.
So you have to use your Java skill in such a way that how you are going to make a validation. I'm giving an example here, but in your, you can see in your framework, we are going to use a validation purpose. We are going to use the inbuilt function of the test ng. Okay, but here you can see that now it is working fine. Let me run it. This one. Is it okay? So now
Yes.
we have written a clear code. Now due to some reason, you
Yes.
can say that I'm getting the pass. Now due to reason, if message was wrong, you will not able to click on that accept button because this code will run, which will simply print the message fail. I hope that is clear to you. Is it okay?
Yes. Yes.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, now somebody asked me, and that is the part of my flow that I have just you can say completed my whole form here. But here there is an option to upload the image. Okay, so here I'm going to tell you about the that whenever you are going to handle with the upload, there is a challenge, and I will tell you about a trick. Okay, so first of all, just see that how you're going to upload. What is the manual concept of uploading? You click on this upload image. That you can click on that. Yes or no? So let me do the same thing in your code. I can do one thing. I will simply click on upload. So when it is opening a pop-up, can you tell me this pop-up is a Windows pop-up or it is a your application pop-up? Anybody know?
Window.
Windows.
Yeah, it is a Windows pop-up because the purpose of this pop-up is to open a file, to you can say to select a file. So this is a part of your Windows. This is not part of your application. But only the thing is that when you click on upload image, it is triggering, it is opening this pop-up, but you cannot handle this pop-up by your Selenium. Just see that. Why? Because first of all, you will select anything. You cannot inspect it. Yes or no? Then suppose anyhow you have selected it, you have to click on open button. Can you select it? No. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, you cannot do it. So I will tell you about a trick. And what is that trick? That trick is actually very straightforward. Tell me one thing. You can click on upload image. That is okay. But when you click on upload image, it opens this pop-up. What is the purpose of this pop-up? Just tell me. What is the purpose of this pop-up? So that you can select some file from your system. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
And whatever file you select, how you select, you know that where is your file. That's why you simply go to that location. For example, you go to the Pradeep YouTube channel videos, and then you select this file. When you select this file and click on open, okay, when you click on open, your your role of this pop-up is completed, because when you click on image and you click on open, this path is given to the application. This path is given to the application, yes or no. What is the use of that pop-up? So that you can select a path of a file and that you can pass to your application, yes or no.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I will do one thing, because I cannot handle that pop-up by my Selenium automation. So I will simply do one thing. I will bypass that thing. I will simply check one thing, that whenever I select any image, the path of this image, where it goes in my application, I will directly pass my path to that element and it will work. I will show you how that. So you will see that in every application, how this works. Simply do one thing. You can simply inspect any element. When you select element any element, you can go it. Here you have to find one thing, only one thing. Control F, and here you have to find FILE. So in your case, there should be a component, there should be a HTML code which is using the file. Let me simply click on arrow. Are you able to see input type equal to file?
Yes.
So actually you can say this is the concept of the web application. Whenever you want to upload any file, actually whenever you want to upload any file, the path of your file should be passed to this element. The path should be passed to the this element, and that is happening when you click on upload. You select any file. When you select any file and click on open, the path of this file is passed to your this element. I will do one thing. I will simply write a XPath of this element and pass my directly part to this input field and it will work. I will show you how. Simply, first of all, write the XPath of this one. So I'm going to write this one and I will say that input, and I can write what is the thing is at the rate type equal to file.
Fine.
Is it okay?
Yes.
And if you want to make it unique, you can use and ID equal to
My
my
image.
image file. I can use, because there is a possibility maybe in your same page you have 2 3 upload buttons, right? So if in that case, every input component have the type equal to file attribute, but there should be some unique. Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm using two thing here, my image file. So let me write it and see that it's working or not. Okay, I've written something wrong. Input at the rate
At the
type.
rate is missing for ID.
Oh yeah, for ID at the rate is missing. Excellent, thank you. Now we have done. So simply what you have to do, just simple thing you have to do, go and find what input type field is written to upload the image in your application. Find that input type field, write a XPath for that and create a locator on your program. So I'm going to make a locator here. So let me do one thing. So let me write a code. I will do one thing. After register button, I'm going to do this thing. Let me copy the code here. We know that we have already code this one. Let me copy this code. I will enter this code here. And now I will pass it. So what we have done, we have created a locator in my code, which is going to accept the path of my file here. I will say that image field. And now whatever path you have to, whatever path of the image you want to give it, just pass using the send keys. And that is the simplest way. And everybody using it, because if you are using this concept, you don't need any desktop automation tool for that. Now you can see that, you know that what is the path of your image, whatever you want to select. So for example, I want to select let me select some other image. D Pradeep. You know that in your automation, where is your selected file? Yes or no? Yes
Yes.
or no? So whatever is the location of your test data image file, go and pass it here. So you know that. So it can be anywhere, but you know that in your automation, you know that what is the location. Now simply pass the name of that file. Rename pradeep.png. And now you can see that in simplest way it is completed. Now let me run this and see that it's working or not. It's working.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the easiest way. So that's why, otherwise if you don't want to use this concept, you have to make an effort. You will click on upload image, then you are going to use a auto IT, a third party tool. Then you have to write a whole automation code for this thing. Using automation, you will select the file, open something like that, and then only you will able to do it. So this is easiest, yes or no? And you can try everywhere, it will work. Are you getting my point? So now you have seen that how you can handle the upload image. You can try, and same thing as you are using the upload image, in the same way you can use this concept for your upload file also, because everything same thing will be there. This file input type file is not only used for image, it is used for any type of upload file. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So now this is the way you can handle it. Okay, so we have completed this whole form here. You have seen that how you can handle the alert box, how you can handle the this one. Now I'm going to show you that how you can click on a download image. That is very simple. Actually, there is no specific challenge in that. I will take you the example of that. And actually that will be assignment for you. I will
So,
share a
Pradeep, I have one question. So every time we need to hard code the path for the image.
So you are thinking that you are hard coding. Tell me one thing. Whenever you are selecting some image from here, at that time also you are deciding the path. Yes or no?
Yes.
That same thing you are doing here. You know that what is the path. That's why you are coming to here and selecting. Instead of that, I'm saying that whatever path you are going to select at runtime, just pass it here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, that is not hard coded. Hard coded means you cannot, if you are, just tell me at runtime, whenever you are doing the testing, if you want to make the changes here, you can do the changes here also. How? If you want to pick any random file, I can write the code for that, but there is no meaning of that. Reason is that if you are picking a random file, how you can verify that your desired image is uploaded or not? Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Suppose take the example. I will take a random code to select this neha.png. At runtime, it will select the neha png. Tell me in automation how you can verify that image is selected. That is your desired one. Because you should know that which image you are selecting. That should be uploaded. Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Yes or no? So if I'm selecting this image in validation, I will check the same image for the validation, like same image which I selected from my system, that should be uploaded. Are you getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes.
So that's why it is not hard coded. It is a part of test data. Tell me one thing. I think why you are confused. It. Suppose take the example. You want to enter some data here. Tell me one thing. Before testing, you will decide your data, whether you are going to put a Ram or you are going to Ram Shyam or you are going to write any actor name. Your name will be there in your automation code as a test data. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying that whatever you are typing here, that you are expecting at the time of validation. So that's why I've decided image. Okay, this image I will upload at runtime, and at the time of validation, I will check it. Same image should be appeared here. I think that is clear to you now.
Yeah. And one more thing. So as we have some mandatory fields, so
Yeah.
if we are not entering, so there will be some validation error.
Yeah. So in that case, actually, you can see that if you want to check the negative condition also, how you can check it. First thing you can check it. For example, I'm not entering any data in the first name. So let me enter some data here. So again, you can see that. Always try to compare with your manual thing. Tell me one thing. You have not entered anything in the first name. You have entered last name, age, everything. Now, when you click on register, what is your expectation? It should give some error message.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually you can say, now check one thing. At the time of validation, when you click on register button, how you are going to validate? At the time of click on register button, you have to verify whether this text field, this data should be appeared. Yes or no? Again, it is a component. I told you, whatever is appearing on your screen, it is an alert message also. It is an error message, but everything is a component. You want to see that? Let me write it. You are able to see this is appearing due to this one. First name field is required. Yes or no?
Yes.
So now you have to verify only one thing. When you click on register button and you have not entered anything, this XPath should be appeared. Getting my point?
Yeah.
And what XPath should be appeared? Simply write the code span and simply write what is the best way to do it. Like I told you, text equal to this text should be appeared there. Getting my point? And
Yes.
if this element is appearing, in that case you will see that your test case is running fine, because validation is a positive scenario. Whenever you are not passing anything in the first name field, this message should appear. Now do one thing. I'm writing this XPath, you are getting 1 of 1. Just try to run the scenario. If we are writing everything here, okay, I have actually removed that one. That is my mistake. Otherwise I can show you. Okay, sorry. Are you able to see any instance of this one here? Are you able to see?
No.
I click on register button, you can see that. Are you getting any this instance? Because that is not appeared. You have entered some data in first name. Yes or no?
Yes.
So it means whenever you want to go with the negative scenario, just make sure that what element is appearing, because you are thinking this is a text message. For you, it is a text message. It is an alert message. But in terms of HTML, it is again a HTML element. What is span? Is it okay?
Yeah.
So you have to verify in case of first name, if you are not passing any value and click on register button, this should exist. If it is exist, your test cases should be passed. If do not exist, your test case should be failed. Because if it is a mandatory field and you are able to proceed with that, it is the fail scenario. I think that is clear to you. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So that you have to do. So now let me go to the next topic here. So now I've shown you that mostly whenever you are working on the any type of application, we are basically using two type of operations. We are using the send keys to enter some data. We are using the click button to make operation of click. And we know that 90% people are going to use these two actions on their page. But sometime we have to perform some actions other than these click and send keys. I will give you the example of that one. Let me open the Amazon page. We can see anything anywhere, multiple places, but Amazon is the best place. I'm going to put my cursor. I'm not clicking on that. I'm going to move my cursor on Pradeep. Are you able to see any pop-up is appearing here? Anybody know what this feature is known as? When I place my cursor to a place and it is opening some pop-up. This is called
Mouse over.
mouse
Mouse
over.
over.
Excellent. And you know that you are not doing any click on that. You are just simply placing you are just moving your cursor to a particular element, and this is called mouse over. So now the question is that we have the function send keys, we have a function click here, so how we can perform the mouse hover? So for that purpose, actually you can say for that purpose, and not only for that purpose, if you want to perform any actions with the help of your keyboard and mouse, there is a dedicated class for that. And what is that? Let me show that. So for that purpose, let me copy this class because I don't want to disturb this class. Let me place another class and I will show you. Let me write user registration flow. So now I will do one thing. In my Selenium demo, you will see that I'm going to create a class. There is a dedicated class available in Selenium that is called actions. First of all, we have to create the object of action class. And you can see that the package is org OpenSCO Selenium interactions here. So we are going to create the object of this class equal to new actions. And again, this time, whenever you are going to use this class, you have to use the parameterized constructor. What is that? In the actions, you have to pass the driver. Is it okay? Now, this class action contains so many functions which you can imagine like a event triggered by your mouse or keyboard dot. So here you can see that, for example, you know that click you are using. Okay, you are using click. So here we have a click function, click and hold, context click, double click, drag and drop, get active. So many functions are there. So here you can see that I will tell you about the important functions. Okay, so first of all, this action class is a best example of what that. Can you tell me? Are you able to see that mostly function are appearing in two forms? Yes or no? The function name of click is same, yes or no?
Yes.
So whenever you have multiple functions with the same name in the same class, what we call it?
Overloading.
Overloading. So if interviewer is going to ask you, can you tell me the best example of overloading, just tell them
Okay.
actions class. And in this way you are going to make an impression on that you know about the overloading concept, as well as you know that where Selenium is itself using the concept of overloading. You can say that everyone click function is overloaded, click and hold, context click, double click, 99% in this function are overloaded. Every function contains two flavors. And why they have given it? Suppose take the example, you want to click anywhere on your page, anywhere, you can simply call click function. If you want to click on a particular element, you can use click with the parameter. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Now, same way you have a function that is called send keys, dot send keys. So actually it performs every functions here. Oh, sorry, actions dot send keys here. You can see that. So actually this send keys and a click function are already available with the web element, but this class is specially designed to handle every type of event. They have given the click function, they have send keys and other function that is important. And what is that important function? That is called move to element. Here you can say in this move to element, what we have to pass? We have to pass a web
Web
element.
element.
So what is that web element? Where you want to move your cursor. So I will do one thing. Let me do one thing. Let me remove everything from here because I'm going to use a page that is called Amazon. I don't know today it will work or not because yesterday it was giving the problem. So let me try if it can work. So I'm going to write a web element. Okay, I can copy paste from here. That will be easy for me. I'm just creating a web element and let me write. Let me copy the URL for Amazon first. Then we are going to, I can say that sign in link. And now what is the XPath for that? Guys, if you are not asking anything, please be on mute. Please be on mute. Please be on mute. Okay, now. So let me write the XPath for this one. Sign in link. So I will say that, where is that? This one. So I will take the example span ID, this one. Control F and copy, paste here and slash span @ID, single quotes, single quote, this one. So okay, so now this time what is my purpose? My purpose is to place my cursor to it, not to click on that, right? Okay, so what is the function for that? Move to element. Just pass your this web element here, and now there is a rule, there is a syntax. If you simply make a semicolon, it will not throw any error, but it will not work, because whenever you are calling any function from the access class, action class, at last you have to write build dot perform. This is a part of syntax. Okay, now let me run it and see that it's working or not. Okay, so I will do one thing. I will make a thread dot sleep also, so that you can get some time to watch the impact on the screen. Let me run it. If it is not going to give me the error for that, you can say that captcha, it will work. Are you able to see the impact now? Yes or no?
Yes.
So it is moving my cursor to
Yes,
here.
yes.
So whenever you want to move your cursor, you can use this action class function. And this is one of the example. Other than that, you have so many things. Like I can take the example. Suppose you want to make a right click. You want to click this. You want to simulate this thing. Right click of your mouse. This pop-up will come. If you want to simulate this thing, what you can call? Let me show you. Instead of that, you can call the function that is called context click. Context click is used for that. So if I'm passing context click with the sign in link, so it will make a sign in link. It will make a right click on the sign in link. Let me run it. Okay, let's see that if it is not going to throw the error for that. Please do not throw the error so that people, oh, I was thinking that it will do the same thing. Okay, so I can do one thing. I can apply same thing on my page so that it will be easy for everybody. Okay, I can take the example of my page. In my page, I will take the example of first name field so that it can work. Let me do here. So what it will do, it will make a right click on my first name field. You want to see? Let me run it. Are you able to see?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If you want to make, there are so many operations, but I have seen that mostly people use the operation that is called move to element for the mouse over purpose. Otherwise mostly functions are not used, but yeah, you should have some name in your mind so that at the time of interview you can mention, okay, this is the action class which is used to perform the actions from the keyboard and mouse. And I can give the example of few functions like click is there, send keys are there, the purpose of double click is there, send keys, context click is for right click, double click, then we have drag and drop. So many functions are there, but mostly it is used the move to element here. Other than that, we have, you can say, pause function. Pause is used whenever you are using automating a video on your screen. Okay, so rarely we get a chance because in the real application we don't have a video, something like that, but whenever you have an option you can go with that. These options are where used whenever you are going to automate any you can say any what you will say that any tool which is used for gaming purpose. Okay, so otherwise you can use really you get a chance to work on that. Okay, so here you have a function to scroll to element also, and that is also rarely used. What is the purpose of scroll to element? Whenever you want to scroll your window to a particular element, don't want to click on that, you just want to scroll it. Okay, so I will give the example of that one also. Let me show you. I have a very huge page in my application, that is FAQ. Okay, now this is not, no, I think there is a extended FAQ extend HTML. You can say that. Are you able to see the scroll bar here?
Yes.
Yeah, you can see that. Whenever you want to scroll it to a particular element, you want to scroll your window so that it can reach to a particular element, you can use this function. How? Just simply see that. Manually scroll your window and just tell me where you want to take your control. Suppose take the example da, 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 da. Okay, let me go to the bottom. This is the field which is available in your bottom, right? And you want to scroll the window so that it will appear. So simply inspect this element. Okay, let me inspect. This is the, you can say, code. Let me simply write Control F, and I can use this one. Input @ID equal to. Okay, I don't want to enter some data. I only want to scroll it. Getting my point? Yes or no? Simply write the XPath here. And what is the page name? What is the page name? This one. Let me copy it. So what it will do? It will simply scroll your window to that. You have to simply call the function dot scroll to element and pass the element name, that is first name. And now see that here. You will see the impact here. So these are the few functions which are available on this action class, which you can utilize it. 3000 millisecond will happen and scroll it. Is it okay? So anybody have any question till now?
Sir, I have one doubt. On that Amazon page, there was like that you have, if yes, there's clearance store, and in right and left there is arrows. So if
Uh,
I
where-
no, just yeah, this extreme right,
okay, this one.
come down, little down. Yeah, this.
Yeah,
Suppose I want
Cursor.
to uh,
yeah.
go to this one and I want to go to say third screen.
Okay.
So what do I do in that case? Like,
Simply,
hmm,
simply tell me one thing, how you are going to do it manually. You will simply click on this one,
click,
right?
yeah.
So same thing you have to do from your code. You can see that, you can inspect on that. Just simply click on that and simply find this one. Okay, if you are able to write a XPath, you can work on that. Let
Hmm.
me see that. Let me see that if it is working. So I think this is the XPath for the this one. So let me write it. Control F. And I think we can use the text one if it is a unique one. So that will be good for me. Span txt. Oh, sorry. I usually prefer single quotes. Oh, I'm writing double equal to, it is typing something else. I don't know why. Okay, my shift key is pressed. That's why. Equal to single quotes. Okay. So now let me check it. It is highlighting the same one or not. Okay. Next, right, is going to the previous one also. But why it is showing one? Okay, let me do one thing. I have option to display this thing in the bottom. Okay, now I can see it clearly. Okay. Okay, it is showing this one. Why it is not showing this one? Very surprised. I am inspecting it. This one. Text. Go to next slide. It is this one. It is showing one. Okay. 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 Let me check. Let me check here. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'm using wrong one. A icon next. Okay. This is the I, and I have to use this one, or I can use this one, or this is the best way. So let me use this one. Copy. It is class and icon is I. So let me write here. I can write at the rate class. Okay. Equal to, and let me write it sometime this one, and the tag name is I. It's working. So you can use this code. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
now you simply do this thing. Okay. So now I can try, but actually in my case, the problem is that it is giving the error for that. Okay. So, but that is very simple. You can simply, you can see that if you are able to find this code, that is simple. You can click on that. Is it okay? And when you click on OK, it will show you next slide, and you will see that in the next slide also, I think the XPath will be same. Yeah, you can see that same XPath is there, right? So it means if you want to make it 3 time click, you can use same function. You can call it 3 times. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
And if
Yeah.
you want, let me share this code to you. If you want at your end, you can try it. Okay. So, and if you face any problem, just tell me. Where is 31st batch? This one.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So this. Yeah. Great. So now let me go. Okay. So we have covered this thing, like in with the help of action class, you can do lot of things out there. Is it okay? Anybody have any questions? No. Great. So now I'm going to go with the very important part of the automation. And what is that? Suppose take the example. Whenever you are running the automation and you are sitting in front of your screen, it is easy for you to get the reason of failure. Yes or no? For example, tell me one thing. Yesterday, we was trying to do the automation where we are using the XPath input and we are trying to enter some data in the input field, but it was not entering. Reason is that it was pointing to the first field. Yes or no? Yes or no? We were expecting that it will enter the data in first name, but it was trying to enter on the first field and it was read only. So we were sitting in front of the screen. That's why we are able to see it. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
But
Yes.
think about that. Whenever your automation is running, and usually in the companies, they run the automation on the weekends, or they run the automation in the nights, so that when you in the next day in the morning you will go to the office, you can see the automation result, you can analyze it. And just think about that. At that time, you will get only the logs, some text on your logs that okay, why it is failing. But at the same time, if you get the screenshot when it was failed, it will easy for you to analyze. Yes or no? Yes or
Yes.
no? So
Yes, yes.
that's why in the automation, it is very important. like especially in case of web application automation, if your automation is failing at any point of time, the same place at the time, at the case, at the code where you are writing the code for fail case, you should write a code to take the screenshot, so that at the time of analyze it will make easy for you. Okay, so I will show you that how you can take the screenshot. So wherever you want to take the screenshot, you have to write a code. What is that? Let me show you. Okay, let me show you here. Okay, I can show you here also. So then don't disturb this one. I can show you there also. So in here, suppose take the example, I loaded this FAQ page and I want to take the screenshot. I can say that take, there is an interface that is called take screenshot. Okay, I'm creating a reference of take screenshot TSS. Now tell me, can we create the object of a screenshot interface? Means can we create the object of any interface or abstract class? Guys, can we create the object of, or object of any interface or object abstract class?
No,
I've already told you no.
no, no.
And take a screenshot is a interface. Now question is that if
Interface.
we cannot create the object of a interface and abstract class, and if we will try to use any function, it will throw the error. So it is 100% mandatory to get the object of a take a screenshot. If we cannot create the object of a screenshot, in Java we have an option that is called class casting. You can convert, that is not the actual term, the term is called cast. We can convert a object into the another type of object. We have a driver object, we have a driver object, we can convert this object into the take screenshot type. How? Just right side write the driver, and before it make a round bracket and put the name of take a screenshot. This is called class casting. If you want to go into the detail of that, you can go to my channel and simply search. Okay, not here, where you can search, here you can search class casting. So here you will get in the detail what is class casting. Are you able to see this video? What is class casting? What is data type casting? It is simply a 6 and 5 minute videos, but it will be a good learning for you to go into the detail. Okay. Otherwise, in automation, you have to simply
Yeah.
use this way, like just write the driver and before that make a bracket and take a screenshot. Okay. And it will convert, it will not create object, it will convert the driver object into the take screenshot, and we call this concept as a class casting. Is it okay? Now you can start using the function of TSS. So TSS contains a function that is called get screenshot as. So this function takes a parameter that is called output type. So now simply in the parameter you have to write output type, output type, and then you have to remove this x, right? Output type dot. So now the purpose of get a screen function is to take the screenshot from the screen. Now in which format you want to get the screenshot? It can give you in the base 64 bytes format, and you can get the file format. We are interested in the file format. Okay, so now if you want to remember it simply, I can give you the very best example that what this function is going to do you. This function is going to simulate the functionality of print screen. What is the functionality of print screen? Tell me. What is the functionality of print screen?
Captures current screen.
To
Yeah,
take a print.
it
Capture the current.
capture it captures the current screen and is stored in the memory, and that memory is known as clipboard. Everybody is aware about that. So this
Yes.
function is also doing the same thing. It will take the screenshot and will actually capture in the memory. In the memory it is captured, but we can take the reference of that memory. How? In a file object, file, and I'm just giving the reference name src file. You can give any name. Is it okay? Anybody who is not clear on this line can tell me right now what this code is doing. It is just simulating the functionality of print screen. It is taking the screenshot which is in the memory. So I have created the reference variable src, and whatever it is stored in the memory, I have just pointing this with the help of src. Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Chal.
Okay.
Yes.
Now tell me one thing. If you got something using the print screen, how you are going to make it, how you are going to show it on your system? Definitely you have to paste it somewhere in a paintbrush file, in a document file. You have to paste, control V. Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's why I'm going to create a new blank file. This is taking the screenshot. Now in my program, I'm creating a new blank file, new blank paintbrush file, and then whatever content is available in this memory, I will paste in this file. So you can create any file whenever you want to create any file. The code is file, target file equal new file, and here you have to give the path and the name of the file. So I can take a screenshot anywhere, but usually I use this one because you can say that every time yesterday morning I was taking the same session, I was just created the name with the Neha PNG, something like that, because I use the same folder for that purpose. But don't think about that. You can do the same thing on the same folder. You can do it anywhere. It is simply a path. Now, this is the path. I want to give the name of the file. Suppose take the example. I want to give the name of the file. Let me choose. I can take the example of Ajit. Okay. So I want to create a file ajith So what this code will do? It will create a physical file on your machine on Pradeep data. What is that? Ajit.png. Now, the last line of code, whatever content is available on this memory in this file, you have to paste in target file. And for that purpose, there is a class that is called files, and the function is copy. The first parameter is copy from, and second is to. So I'm copying the data from src file, this one, and pasting the data in the target file. Simply run this and it will work. It is giving the error. Error is nothing. It is a exception handling. So I told you that you should use the surround word try catch, but for the learning time, I simply use add throws. Now just see that. I'm going to run this code and tell me at your desired location, it is creating a file or not. So this is your location, and just see that it will create a file and it will visible for you. Are you able to see the ajit.png?
Yes.
Yeah, this one. It has taken the screenshot at runtime. If you want to take the screenshot, multiple screenshot, so you can do the same thing here. Let me do one thing. Let me close everything here. And in the automation, if you want to take the screenshot, suppose take the example, you want to take the screenshot after scrolling. Sorry, scrolling will not be here. Scrolling will be after this one. So if you want to take the screenshot after scrolling, you can do it. Simply what you have to do, you have to write this code again. Yes or no? So how many lines of code is this? How many lines of code is
4.
this? So tell me one thing, if you are going to take the screenshot 10 times on your page, so how many lines you have to write? One time it is taking 4 lines. So for 10 time it will take 40 lines.
40.
Yes or no? So tell me one thing,
Yes.
what concept we have learned in Java that whenever you want to perform a task, a specific task, or same time you want to perform that task multiple times in your project, what you should do, you should create a function for
Method.
that. Yes, excellent, clapping for you. We should create a function or method for that. So we are also going to do the same thing, so that we don't need to write every time the 4 line of code. We will simply write a single line of code to call it. So I'm going to do the same thing for you. Public, we know that how we can create a function. Public, we don't want to return anything. Public void, and let me give the name capture screenshot. Okay, and now I will simply do one thing. I will cut these lines from here, Control X, and will paste it here. Now here we will do face a challenge. You can see that here we created a web driver as a local variable, because this variable is declared within the main function. Yes or no? Tell me, if we are
Yes.
Yes.
declaring a variable within the main function, we are declaring it, and right side we are creating an object. So we are declaring it. It is a local variable. So that's why it is not available in my screenshot function. This one, you can say that driver cannot be resolved a variable. So you can do one thing. You have two options. One option, either declare it as a class level. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Either declare it class level in this way, so that will be accessible in your this function also. Second thing you can do it, if you don't want to declare it as a class level, second option is that you can do one thing, because it is needed in your capture function, you can pass this as a parameter.
Okay.
Getting my point? So just see here, I will make this function as a parameterized. One is driver, so that whenever you are calling this function, you have to pass your driver reference here. Second, I want to make it parameterized, because tell me one thing, if every time same code will be called, it will create the same file and it will overwrite. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
will
Yes.
do Yeah, so I will do one thing. I will say that somebody is calling the function. He can provide his own image name here. And now whatever image name you are passing here, I will do one thing. I will remove this hard coded value here and simply plus. So now this will create a path D Pradeep data, and whatever image name you are giving, it will create a code there. And now simply add throws here. You want to create throws here, or you want to create, let me make a surround with try catch. Okay, now you can see that your life is easy. Wherever you want to call the function, you can simply call this function. Now, second thing is that whenever you want to call this function, it is a static function or non-static function.
Non-static.
So you have to
Not
create the
static.
object of a Selenium demo class. Then only you can call it. Yes or no?
Right.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
don't want to do it, we can simply make it static.
Static.
Now we don't need to create the object of a Selenium demo. We can simply call Selenium demo dot capture a screenshot. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
just pass your image name here. First time I want to give the name of image, like suppose take the example Aman. Okay, dot png. Okay, now you want to take the screenshot after scrolling, simply call this line here, simply one line, only change the name here. You can say that let me take the name of some girl. When a girl will say that, Pradeep, do not put my name in examples. Aparajita. Aparajita. Now let me run it and see that two screenshots are there or not. Run it. So now you can see that in the Selenium, we are using the concept of Java very, very clearly, because without using the concept of Java, we can't imagine a good automation framework. Tell me one thing. Let me close it and tell me. You are able to see the two screenshot. Aman, where is Aprajita? This one. Sorry.
To that.
Yeah. You are able to see, yes or no? So now
Yes.
you can see that as you are learning the concept of
Yes, yes.
Selenium, that is very important. But at the same time, you have to use the concept of every time you are using. Just see that here we use the concept that whenever you are using a specific code, and you are using it multiple times, okay, then you should create a function for that. Just think about that. This is the actual code, and how many line of code is that? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 9 line of code you are writing actually at a time to take the screenshot. And if you are going to take the screenshot 10 times and you are not creating a function, you are going to write the 90 line of code. But in the current scenario, we are writing 9 line of code one time, and every time you are just calling it. This is a good strategy or not? That's why people call it
Yes.
that we should learn the Java, then only you can utilize it. I hope that is clear to you.
Sir, one more thing.
Yeah.
Sir, can we make like mention the frequency based, like, so that instead we want, if we want to take screenshot in every 2 second, 3 second, and the name, like we are manually mentioning there, and it take the name by itself as well. So can we do such kind of thing here also, like?
Yeah, that is simply a logic of a Java that is not related to the Selenium, because I will tell the example. Here you are just you can say simply do one thing. Suppose take the example. Let me do one thing. I'm not passing here something here. Let me remove it. Okay. I'm only passing driver. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now the thing is that this will take the screenshot. Only the challenge is that you are saying that Pradeep, I don't want to give the name. It should take the name itself. But the challenge is that every time the name should be different. Yes or no? And this is the interview question. Tell me one thing. What is the best thing in your system which is changing every every second, which is changing? Tell me. Time.
Time.
Time is the only thing on your machine which is changing. Otherwise, everything is static. Yes or no? Currently, it is 10:23. Sometime it will be 10:24. Only that thing is going to be changed. Otherwise, if you are going to take anything, that will never change. Yes or no? Is it okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So you can use the time. You can utilize your time as an image name. You can utilize date as an image name. I can tell you how. You can do one thing. Do one thing. Don't make it parameterized. And this is a concept of Java. Okay, so I will do one thing. Just see here. Whenever somebody is going to create a somebody is going to call this function, I will call a object of I will create an object of date, date, date equal to, and here date means import Java. There are two dates: Java SQL, Java util. Whenever you are using your Java concept, use Java util. And if you are working on the JDBC, like you are interacting with the database using your Java, then you should go with the Java SQL. Both the cases class name is date, but you should go with the Java util. And now you simply write new date. So I'm going to tell you a very interesting thing now. So I will do one thing, date. First of all, I'll tell you that what is going to do so that you can see it. For the time being, let me make a hard coded so that I can show you what date function is going to do for you. Okay, let me do one thing. Just forget about it. Let me show you something separately so that I can show you what is the purpose of date function. I don't want to mix up two things together. Pradeep main function, and let me show you that if you are going to call this thing function, what will happen in your case. I have called a date one, and now I'll simply show you when I'm going to print this one date, what will happen. Date, and just see what it is going to print for you. It is printing something like that, yes or no? And you can say this is very unique thing, because next time I will run it. Just see that, focus. Next time I'm going to run it, it will be changed. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you can use this date as a name of your screenshot. You don't need to pass it. But the challenge is that you can't identify that which screenshot is taken for which purpose. Reason is that it is just a name of a time, but in the screenshot you can give the name of the screenshot on the base of your, okay, this validation is failing, or this other thing is failing. But yeah, because you asked me, I can tell you that you can utilize it. Date dot, you have so many things. You can say that date got get seconds. Simply do call this one, and let me show you that what is going to print for you. Let me run it. It is printing the seconds. And now let me do one thing. I can show so many things you can use it. Get time, get years, get time, I think. Let me run the time also. Yeah, you can use this thing also. So let me show you this thing. Same thing I'm going to do you for you. I will do something, one thing, then copy this thing, go to your code, and now you don't need to pass anything. This one, and remove this thing. So tell me, I'm calling this function two times. Okay, sorry. I've removed this code. Date is there. Yeah. Now let me show you very first thing. Let me delete everything from here. Every screenshot is deleted here. Now let me run this code and see that it is taking a screenshot two times. Okay, and just see that what will be the name of the screenshot. Let me run it. I hope you are getting these things. First thing is clear that you don't need to pass any name. It will be dynamic and it will be every time unique. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, let me show you this thing. Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry. It is creating, but because we forget to give the extension, right? We have to give the extension also. Otherwise, it will not be treated as a PNG file. Let me run it. So you have to make sure that you are writing a proper code because it is taking a time, not any extension, right? So now let me run it. Excellent. Go to your code and tell me, are you able to see the two screenshot? This one and this one?
Yes.
Yeah. So in this way, if I'm going to call this code 100 times every time, this time will be unique. So you will get every time. But the challenge is, tell me, can you tell me by looking into these two images, which was caught at which place? No, because time is just a name here. So my advice is that you should not use this concept whenever you are just creating the screenshot. Just pass the name, and name should be something like that. First name validation fail, middle name validation fail, something like that. Are you getting my point? Okay, so that it will be very easy to understand. Otherwise, tell me, if 100 images are stored here on the base of time, can you tell me that which image is taken at which place? Tell me, yes or no? Yes or no?
But sir, on the behalf of like time, if we take with if we want to save with the time, then it will be every image will be unique with the like the timing,
Yeah,
and on the
I'm not
behalf
saying,
of that.
I'm not saying that thing, but I agree on that. But I'm saying that, tell me one thing. If you are going to, again, you have a struggle. You have to match a time. Okay, at which time my test case was failing in the log, and then you have to search for that, right? So I'm saying that, okay, you can utilize this concept if you find it easy. But in my case, I find it easy that whenever I'm taking the screenshot, why I don't provide a specific name? Just think about that. If something is failing at this point, I will say that first name is scroll.png. Here I will say first name enter.png. So now suppose take the example, I go to the screenshot. Is it saying first name dot enter.png? It is saying that first name is scroll.png. I simply understand that it is failing at which class and which line. That is more easy to find out. Guys, you are getting my point, yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. You are not replying. Say yes or no at least. Yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay. So, okay, in that case, if you are saying that, if you are okay with that, like you want to go with the dynamic time, I'm okay with that. I've already written this code and you can utilize it. Okay. Now, second thing is that you told me, Pradeep, I want to take the screenshot after every 2 second, every 3 second, 5 second. Actually, in that case, this thing can be done with the help of, you can say, a service, or you can do this thing easily with the help of a testng code. In the testng, you have an option that whenever you want to call a specific function. So I will show you that thing there, that how you can make it possible there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, where we there where in the testng we have a different option, like when you want to call it before, after, something like that. That will be clear to you. Anybody have any doubt till now?
No. Okay.
Great. Now I'm going to show you something different concept. So let me open new thing here for you. So currently I have shown you this my single page. This is, you have seen my single page here. Let me show you a application. Let me show you one thing. Da, 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 da. Where is my home page? Where is my home page? Oh, sorry. Okay. Now I'm going to open a page for you. Just tell me. Okay, where is that? Where is that? Are you able to see page? Yes or no? Tell me one thing. If you have seen this page, okay, so let me try to automate it. So for that purpose, let me take the example of this one. You know that this code should work or not? Because if you are going to automate it from the starting, what will be your approach? Let me show you that thing. You will simply do one thing. Let me do the same thing here. Home page automation. Home page automation. You are going to write a code, home page automation, and simply you will do the same thing here. You will write a code to open the browser, and you will write the code something like that. So let me write this code here. What is the URL here? Just forget about the user registration page. Can I copy this URL? This is the URL, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Now you enter the URL. I want to enter some data in the first name. What you are going to do? What will be your approach? You will simply that, okay, this is a page. So Pradeep, I will simply go to the first name. I will inspect it. Okay. And then I will find the XPath. Okay. Let me appear it at the right side so that it will be easy to see. And now this is the first name field. Let me write the XPath for that. Or I can do one thing. I've already written the XPath. Let's check it. It is fine or not. Copy. Go to here. XPath is working, yes or no?
Yes.
So it means, just see here, simply understand. I open a page, home.html, and I was able to see that the first name field is there. I've created XPath and it is showing you that it is one of one. So it means this automation should work. Yes or no? And let me run it and see that it's working or not. It opened the browser and now it was not able to enter the data in first name. Just go and check the error here. What error you are getting? What error you are getting?
No such element.
No such element. Now, maybe you will see that, Pradeep, maybe we have a doubt. When you have loaded this page, and after that it was trying to find this element, maybe there was some delay in the loading. So, okay, I will say that, Pradeep, okay, that is, maybe that can be the true thing. So let me add a thread.sleep so that we can make sure, okay, that is not the problem. So I've added the, you can say, time of 3000. So I'm giving a proper time so that it will load, so that I cannot make it out, okay, it do not find the element here, but okay, so that's why let me this. And now let me run it again and see that this time also it is failing or it is working. Okay, again it is failing. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
And again you are getting the
Yes.
same error, no such element. Now the doubt is there. I'm sure that I have given the complete time to load it. I've written the right XPath. Now the question is that why it is failing. So I will tell you one thing. Whenever you are able to see that your XPath is right and it is still not working, definitely this element is available in a frame. Now the question is that what is a frame? You are able to see this whole page as a single unit. Okay, but I can show you one interesting thing. This page is designed by me. So let me add a border 10, and now I will show you what this page is actually. In your real application also you are not able to see this concept because they made the border 0. I made the borders 10, and now let me refresh it. Are you able to see that actually my page is divided into different parts? This one, yes or
Yes, sir.
no? Yes or no?
So basically, you're talking about like
Yes.
Frame.
iframe, right?
Yes, I'm talking about the frames, or some people, or sometime it is called at iframe. Frames and iframes are same. So actually, what is the purpose of that? You can see that the purpose of iframe is that you want to make your alignment very good. You can see that I don't need to make an alignment this way, because you can see that this page is nothing. This page is actually this page. Yes or no? Can you compare? This is a separate page which is actually appearing in my home.html in this particular part. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So now you can see that whenever I'm giving the URL of my user registration page, same automation is working fine. But whenever I'm giving the URL of home.html, this automation is not working fine. Reason is that if you want to understand that thing, let me open my weapon. So just see that what happens. In normal case, this is your browser. Whenever your browser is loading only the single page and it is not using any frame concept, what happens? Your driver instance, whenever you are creating a driver instance, actually your driver is pointing to the whole page. Getting my point? So whenever you are calling a function driver.findElement, where this function will be called, on which place? In whole browser. Getting my point? Getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But now the scenario, and that's why it is able to find. But second scenario is that whenever your page is actually divided into the frame, something like this one, and suppose take the example, this one, frames can be anywhere. So now in this case, what happens that driver is actually pointing to the top of your browser. It is not pointing to any frame. If you want to find, if you want to operate any element, first of all, you have to take your driver control into that frame first. Are you getting my point? You have to enter into the frame. Yes or no? Getting my point? What is the concept? So this is only when your application is divided into the frames. Guys, getting my point? Yes or no?
Sir, can you repeat
Yes,
this
sir.
one?
I'm saying that whenever your page, your whole browser is divided into the frames, in that case, by default, driver do not find any element on your browser. You have to take your driver control to a specific frame or specific part. Then only it will find the element. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Now you
Yes.
will see that how you will find it. Okay, which frame is pointing to this one? For that purpose, simply go to this one. And somebody already told me that, Pradeep, actually we are talking about the frame or iframe. So in your code, you can simply write XPath. It can be frame or sometime it can be iframe. You are right. Somebody in the few places people use iframe, but iframe and frame are the tag names. The concept is frame. In my case, I'm using frame. If you go somewhere, you will get the iframe. Now, how many instances you are able to see? One of 5. So let me scroll and just see that where your element is. My element is on this part. So when you click on that, just see that which part is highlighted. This is highlighting. This is highlighting, yes or no? Guys, say
Yes.
yes or no. So it
Yes.
means this is your frame. And now just simply put your cursor here. Oh, this is my frame. If you put your cursor here, this is this frame. This is header frame. And you go down, it will be a footer frame. So this is your upper frame. This is your one frame. And this is your desired frame. Your element is in this frame. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
And you will get a name or ID. Suppose in my case, frame name is user registration. So simply just copy this name, user frame name. You have to copy. Okay, where I will copy this one. Copy this name, and you have a very simple function. This concept is big. Otherwise, the solution is very simple. Driver dot switch to dot frame and give the name of. You have to call this one second function and just simply pass the name of the function or ID. You can pass name or ID and you will see that this automation will start working, because when you enter the URL, after that you have take your control to that particular frame, and then it will able to find, because your frame contains this element. Getting my point? Now just see that it's working or not. It's working because I've given the 3000 working. Guys, yes or no?
Yes.
Now I want to do one thing. After entering data in the first name, I want to click on Selenium link. Tell me one thing, what you will simply do? You will say, Pradeep, I will do simply one thing. I will write XPath for the Selenium link and will click on that. So let me write a code for that. Da, 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 da. This one, I will say that Selenium link, SELLINK, Selenium link, and let me copy the XPath from here. Da, da, da. Who can help me on creating the XPath for Selenium? Da, da, da. Tell me, guys. I can use Selenium link also. Yeah, I can use A, and I think text we can use,
Yes.
and I can use
Yes, we
text
can.
also. I can use the hype
Yeah.
attribute also. I can use it. Okay, I think Selenium is in the capital.
Yes, capital.
Sorry. Yeah, so I can use this one. Now anybody can tell me this will work or not. If it will not work, what is the solution for that? Tell me. It will work or not?
It will not.
Why it will not work?
We should switch
It,
to
it's just
particular
a concern.
frame.
Frame.
We
Yeah.
should switch
We
to
should use
particular
frame.
frame.
Yes, so you are right. It will not work. So it means we have to take after this, when we have completed the work of first name, we have to take my control to the this frame. And now we can simply check it. Where is that frame? Let me check. Da 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 da. FRAME, and let me check it. This is my frame left one. So and the name of the frame is left one. So here I want to tell you that thing. Still, it will not work. I will tell you the reason, but let me run it. So why it will not work, I will tell you. Just go to my map again. Actually, what happens that whenever you take your control within a frame, so last time when you enter this one, you take your control to the user registration frame, then you enter the RAM. So at that time, where was your control? Your control in the user registration frame. Yes or no?
Yes.
So if you want to take your control from one frame to another, you cannot take it directly. First of all, you have to take your control back to the original position. Are you getting my point? So you have to take your control out of previous frame, and then you can take your control to the new frame. How it is possible? You have to write a code before that. Whenever you have completed your work, just write a code, driver.switch to dot default content. And this is a very hot interview question, and the people who only work on the theoretical part, they do not know about it. I've taken the thousands of interviews I've taken, and trust me, people are talking about that switch to frame. I told him that if you try to switch from one frame to another directly, you can switch it. They are saying yes. Actually, practically it is not. You want to see it? Simply comment this code and you will see that it will give the error. There is no left menu frame. I can show you that thing. Let me run it. And when I uncomment it, it will work. Ram is there. And now go and find out. What error you are getting?
No frame element found.
By ID or name
Name.
left menu. Because whenever you are entered into a frame, till the time you are not coming out of that, you cannot see other frames. Now let me run it and see that it's working or not. And you will able to see it will click on my Selenium link. Yes or no?
Yes.
It was fast.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was little bit fast. You can see that Selenium 20,000 is fees and 3 months is the syllabus. That is the old fees. Okay, you guys are very lucky. So now here you can see that it's working. So now this thing is clear. Whenever you are want to go to another frames, first of all you have to come out of the previous frame. Getting my point?
Yes.
Okay, now
Yes.
let me show you that what topics we have covered till now, so that we can be on track on that, and everybody should know it that what topics we have covered. Okay, so now, okay, before that let me cover few small topics, because we have only 15 minutes. So in the 15 minutes we will cover very small topics, and then we will come to the point. Now you have seen that whenever I'm opening the browser, let me close everything here. Okay, and now I'm taking the example of, let me take the example of user registration flow. Okay, here I'm entering the data, so let me run it. So when I'm running this automation, just tell me one thing. You are able to see that it is doing everything, but my browser is in the original condition. It is not maximized, right? So now in your browser, you have few buttons. You have few buttons, few links that are known as navigations. Like you can say, this is close button. How you know that how you can click on close? Simply call the function driver.close. Yes or no? And it will close the browser. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, other thing,
Yes. Yeah.
how you can maximize, how you can click on maximize, how you can click on minimize, how you click on refresh button, how you click on back button, how you can click on the forward button, how you can perform these things. These are called the browser buttons. These are called browser buttons. You cannot inspect it. Again, see that. Can you inspect the maximize button? No, it is a part of
No.
browser tool. So for handling these things, we have a specific function. So first of all, I will tell you about the maximize button in the same code. So let me go here. Whenever you have opened the browser, you have a function that is called driver dot manage dot window, driver dot
Dot
manage dot
maximize.
window dot, you have two functions. If I put one we have maximize, one we have minimize. If you want to maximize it, simply call the maximize. Let me run it and see that when it will start automation, your window will be maximized. So that is clear. Simply run it, maximize my window. It's maximized.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so this is for maximize. Same thing, if you want to do the minimize, I can show you, but it is a waste of time. You can do one thing. After this minimize code, let's wait for thread.sleep for a few seconds, and you can try the minimize. I will tell you about the other important things. What is the other important things? Let me tell you. That is navigation. Now back button, this is very important. Back button, forward button, and refresh or reload button. So for that purpose, we have a specific thing. So let me do, I need a specific I don't know, I can use any page here. Usually I use the Amazon page. Let me try that. I can use any page which has a back and forward things. What we can do? Selenium. Let me take the example of Selenium dev. Okay, I will simply do one thing. I will click on Selenium dev. Okay, so let me click on Selenium dev. For that purpose, let me create a new class. I will say Control C, Control V, and the NAVIGATI navigation demo. I usually pick the name navigation demo. Okay, so navigation demo. Let me remove this code here. Okay, so I will open the browser and let me simply do one thing. Okay, now we will enter the URL of Amazon Selenium dev. Sorry, now let me go to here, and this is Selenium dev. So it will open the browser. One thing. Now I will show you one thing. I will click on download button. Okay, so now let's simply write the XPath for that. In this way we can learn that how we can work on download also. So I think we can write text. We have single download one, so it will be easy for me. Span, yeah, it is one of one. I'm very lucky. So let me go to here and I will write driver dot by dot. We know that we don't need to think about that. And I can do one thing instead of storing in a variable. Can I call the click function just after that? You know that?
Yes.
So I'm telling you that this is also possible. It is not mandatory that every time you are going to store it. Okay. If you want to store it, then you can call on the reference. Otherwise, you can do it the same line. So I click on this one. So you will able to see this impact. Then I'm going to say thread dot sleep. Why I'm showing that? So that you can see the impact. I will wait for 3000 milliseconds. And after that, I want to click on the back button. Just see how can create the back button. Driver dot navigate dot back. What is the name of the function? Back. Whenever you are calling this function navigate dot back, it will equivalent to click on the back button. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Now you want to click on the forward,
Yes. Okay.
navigate dot forward. It will click on the forward button. Now you want to click on that reload or refresh button. Simple. Call, there is a function that is called refresh. So thread.millisecond, I've given that. And now I call the refresh function. So these are the three buttons which are known as navigation. Dot, and the name of the function is refresh. I have given the 3000 milliseconds so that you can see the impact. Let me run it. This one, and this is called navigation. Yeah, you can see that. Click on download, back one, you are able to see the impact, forward and refresh. Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
in
Yes.
this way, you can use the navigation part also. Okay, so this is navigation. Okay, now let me go to the syllabus part so that I can show you that what we have covered, and you will be you can say familiar with that we have covered this now, and you have to practice on that. Then we will continue in next week with the rest of the topics. So where is that course? Where is that course? We get this. Okay, your syllabus maybe your syllabus course PDF will be different, but course is same. Let me clear from here also. Okay, so in Selenium, let me go here. How to launch the browser, you have seen. How to locate the element. Any guys, if you have a doubt, you can put raise a concern. Pradeep, this is not completed. How to inspect, verify page title we have done or not? Guys say no.
No, we didn't do.
Say no na. Navigation we have done. Radio button we have done. Handling drop down we have done. Handling mouse over we have done. I'm talking about the class. Okay, we have implicit we have not done. Taken screenshot we have done. Handling multiple windows we have not done. Handling alert message we have done. Handling frame we have done. Okay, and rest of the then we have not done. So in this way, very small topic we can cover it today, like verify page title. That is very small topic. And in the next session we are going to cover the that topic is a little bit complicated. Handle multiple windows. Okay, so I will cover that topic. So let me complete this topic that is very small. Verify page title. What is that? Very simple. Anybody know what do you mean by title? किसी
The
को
name of
पता?
the web page.
Yeah, so you can say that whenever you are opening any browser, you can see that it shows a title. This is the title on the top, Selenium. When I click on download, you can see that title is changed. Download Selenium. Yes or no? So any point of time, if you want to get the title, how you can get the title? You can simply do it. Just go to your code. Anytime you want to get the title, simply call a method that is called this one. Driver, very simple. Driver dot get title. And I will show you that it will return different type of title, different time on the base of the current title. Let me print in the SOP. simply call the method driver.getTitle. So I'm calling it here. Let me print it here, and I'm going to call it after download also. So the title should be different. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
And I can show you. First of all, it will open the browser. You will get the current title. Then it will click on the download button and you will get the current title. So I'm calling the same function driver.getTitle. So now the definition of title is get title is that driver.getTitle returns the title of the current focused window. Whatever is the current focused latest title. Let me run it. And I can show you the impact on my console. I will minimize the window and I can show you the control. Just see that. You are able to see Selenium? Download Selenium, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
So whenever you want to get that, at the same time, one thing I have not mentioned in my topic, but I want to tell you that you can get the title of the title. You can get the title of the window. At the same time, you can get the URL. What is the current URL? And for that, the function is driver.get current URL. That's one. If I'm going to call this function, it also return the title, the URL. And when I'm going to run this code, it will return the current URL and URL will also be changed. Same thing I will show you. So sometime you need these things to validate something. Current URL is Selenium dev. Yes or no?
Yes.
And after some URL is changed to /download. Yes
Yes.
or no?
Yes.
So actually, now you can think about that. What is the purpose of this one? Actually, sometime tell me one thing: how you can make sure that your download page is appearing or not. If the current URL is saying download, it means download page is there. If the title is saying download, it means it is download page showing. So this is the point of verification. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So
Yes.
different
Yes.
ways. You on the base of title, you can tell, okay, in the automation, you will say that if your title is showing download, it means download page is there. If you are saying then download, it is download page there. Same way you can say that I will click on project. Your title will change to the project. Getting my point?
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
So I will advise you, why don't you guys try to automate the Selenium dev itself? Because there is a very good option. You can download the jar itself by your automation. Yes or no?
Yes.
sir,
Yeah.
here we can print like Selenium dot dev and Selenium dot dev slash download. Sir, is there any further method so that we can instead of printing here, we can save all the URLs or titles in any Excel sheet or kind of.
Yeah, so that is the other part of the core Java, that is called how to read the data from the Excel, how to save the data in the file. Are you getting my point? So
Yes, sir.
that thing you can see that. That's why let me go to the syllabus part also, so that I can show you that I have not covered a topic here in the core Java where you can see that. Where is that? Where is that? I have not seen. Okay, not here, not here, not here. You can see that there should be a topic where I'm saying that. Not here. This should be somewhere else. Okay, it is not mentioned here how to. Okay, not here in the core Java. In the core Java, you will see that there should be a topic how to handle files. It is not mentioned here. No, but don't worry. In your case, actually, there is a topic that is called how to handle files. In your Selenium framework, I will tell you how you can read the data from the Excel. That is the main purpose of data-driven programming. At the same time, if you want, you can save some data there. Is it okay?
If sir, if you give like hint part here so that I can connect with here as well. So kind of scenario, if you show one or two, it will
Okay,
be
I
better.
I can tell you one thing that how you can do it. You can take the reference because if still you are not able to do this thing, I will do one thing in the next session. I will do it complete. But if you want to take the reference only that Pradeep, how we are going to do it. So let me do one thing. Read data. Okay, not here again. There is a special, and that is a live session video that we are going to cover, and you will understand that whenever I'm going to cover it. Data, uh, read data from Excel. So you will see that same thing, you will get it, but that you can see the, are you seeing this one? Program how to read data from Excel. And this is the live session. This is not a video. If you play it, This is the life, like I'm going to tell you in the session. Okay, let me. Are you able to see? This is a live session. Are you able to see? Yes or no?
Yes.
So I don't want to
Yes.
repeat the same code two times. That is the only challenge. If I try to repeat everything like in the core Java, then this time, then in the framework, so it will actually occupy the time. It will spend the time. So that's why you can see that here I'm just telling you that how you can read the data from the Excel. You can do one thing, you can take the reference, and same thing will be happen in your case, but it will take time at the time of framework. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, but here we have like video part telling like only read the content from Excel file.
Mhm.
But the my concept is like whatever the URL we have figure out or title we have go through, and we just want to save in
Mhm.
any Excel file instead of reading. I just want to
Simple,
confirm
you have to
it.
do simple. That's why only difference. Here you will see that when I was teaching the topic, there are two things. One is called file input stream to read the data. And if you want to update some data in that case, instead of creating the input stream, you have to create the object of file output stream. One difference, and there is a function that is called output stream dot write, and you simply write this code and it will save the data in your file. And you do one thing, because I cannot cover this thing, so maybe if still you want, I will do one thing. I will make a video and that will be available maybe tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay,
Okay,
for the
okay,
right
Okay.
purpose. Okay,
Okay.
because I want to do this thing. Actually, actually you are getting my point. I have to cover everything in 2.5 to 3 months. And itself, I told you there is a challenge. We have to cover API. So we are trying to we have designed a code in such a way that we don't try to make a duplicacy of the same topic, right?
Okay. Right.
Okay,
okay,
that okay. But don't worry, you will get it. Maybe you will get it on Monday or Tuesday. I will create a video on that. Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
before that, you can do one thing. You can try itself yourself. Like in this video, whenever you are going to watch the code I have mentioned, instead of file input stream, just write the code of file output stream, and then you have to write a save. That is very simple. Writing of data in your Excel file is more easy than the reading. It will hardly take me, you can say, 15 to 20 minutes to write a complete code. So I will update it on the YouTube and you can watch it. Okay.
sir, if you can like make video for this one, I want to add one more thing. Like, can we compare two Excel sheet? And do you have YouTube channel kind of video as well?
Okay, you are saying that I want to know that I don't have. Again, you can do the same thing here. If you want to compare to Excel, what is the need of that purpose? What can you tell me the
Like,
scenario?
sir, I have JSON file and in Excel, and I want to compare the each item here, like from one with the in my system, like the created one and the other system have created. So I just want to do the looking for kind of video, if is it available on.
Okay, so I think it can be. I have not seen, but one thing I know that how you can do it Java. I'll simply read two files together and just compare the line by line. But I am 100% sure this is not the best approach, because I think there will be some API which is available in the, you can say, internet, that will be third party, so that you can just download two files and then simply call that function to compare to them. You don't need to compare line by line. That is my thought. I don't know whether these type of APIs are available or not. Otherwise, we have to simply go with the that simple approach, that I will read two files together and will try to compare line by line. I will read some line from first file and I will read some line from the second file and will compare line by line that all things are same or not. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I'm binding the session and I will share the recording. Please, guys, you can say try to revise, because I'm sure that in
Pradeep
next
sir, is
week.
there a assignment?
Yeah.
Is there an assignment for
Yeah.
next week?
Yeah. So assignment is that, yeah, that is very good thing. Let me stop. Okay, let me don't stop the recording. I can show you there that you can go now. You guys can start doing the uh, assignment. And for that purpose, I am not going to give you the particular one assignment. I will share you the link of assignment. And now you have to do it simply. This one, Pradeep Nailwal, this one, because you have mostly part you have the covered of your automation. So I will show you. Now simply go to the playlist, and now same thing. In every video, you can put my assignment on the same one. Okay, I got the latest comment. Yeah, thank you. Great. Okay, so now let me go to the place, and here you will see that where is the Selenium assignment? This one. Now I think you guys can start doing this thing. How to handle different pop-ups. Okay, we have covered it. Handling drag and drop, handling text field, handling frames, handling frames, you can do it. Handling multiple windows, you can't do it right now because we will cover in the next session. Different type of drop downs. How to retrieve the type text in the text field. Now try to do these assignments and put, if you're able to do it, just put the whole program there. If you are not able to do it, then in that case also you can put your comment like, Pradeep, I was trying this and now I'm not able to do it. Okay, multiple tabs windows, you will not able to do it. How to highlight the element, that is beyond the topic, but you can learn one new thing, that how you can do it. So you can try this thing also. And refresh page, you have already I've covered today. Multiple checkboxes, you can do this assignment, that how you can handle multiple checkboxes. This is different from the your approach, like you are going to handle one by one. No, how to handle multiple checkbox, you can see it here. Resize window, you have seen that. Close and quit, you can see that. Get and navigate. So you can do these assignment as much as possible in the 5 days. Is it okay?
Okay.
And if you're facing any challenge, you can tell me, but I'm expecting that we have, you can say, approx 23 candidates in this batch. So I'm expecting that everybody is going to put the comment. If you are able to do, just put the comment. If you're not able to, put the comment, because you know that whenever you are going to put the comment, it actually you can say, I feel that you guys are doing and I need to do the effort from you guys. Okay, so please do that,
Okay.
put the comment. And few people are doing it, I've seen that. Especially one person has pinged me your batch, and he told me, Pradeep, I have completed the you can say assignment. He has pinged me the program, and he was saying that, Pradeep, can you tell me that YouTube where as a comment I have to put it? And I was really happy that he was looking for videos where he can put the comment, because that is going to motivate other person also, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. And this session was very good. So maybe I'm going to put this session on YouTube. Okay, it was really good
Okay.
session. Sometime happened that I really happy with the session. So maybe I will decide. Maybe you will see this session on your YouTube. Is it okay?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a nice
Pradeep
night.
sir, also could you provide the HTML file,
Yeah,
form.html?
sure. I will provide the HTML file. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Let me stop the recording.